There's a reason why you haven't been able to heal. A reason why anxiety always comes back, money is never enough, and happiness seems to slip through your fingers. And the truth is, you were taught to look for the solution in the wrong place. But what if I told you that the key to healing anything in your life isn't in the future, but actually hidden in your past, in a 4,000-year-old wisdom? Today, I'm going to reveal a 3-phrase mantra locked away in the temples of Egypt by Thoth, the scribe of the gods. A mantra so powerful it was once considered too dangerous for humanity. It doesn't ask, it doesn't suggest. It gives a direct command to your cells to return to their original state of perfection. The result? A transformation so fast the people around you will call it a miracle. But there's a secret to activating it. It's not enough to just repeat the words. There's a crucial step that 99% of people miss, and that's why their transformation fails. Stay with me until the end, because I won't just give you the words. I'm going to show you the exact method to make it work today. If you feel like your time has come to turn things around, comment below. My awakening is inevitable. He who knows the power of sound knows the secret of the universe. For countless generations, secret orders and silent guardians dedicated their lives to protecting this mantra. They didn't do it out of selfishness, but because of a deep understanding of its nature. They knew that releasing this power prematurely before humanity was ready would be like handing a weapon of unimaginable power to a child. Only those who had already begun their inner journey, who felt the call for something greater and were willing to let go of old identities, could handle this tool without hurting themselves. And the fact that you are here now is proof that this moment has arrived. The veils that once separated the visible world from the invisible are growing thinner every day. A new wave of consciousness is sweeping the planet, and souls that were once asleep are beginning to awaken, feeling a restlessness, a hunger for something they cannot name. It is for these souls that the secret of Thoth is being revealed, not as a free gift, but as a responsibility. The key to unlocking your unlimited potential is being offered, but it comes with a warning, a caution that has echoed through the centuries from all who have protected it. The reason this mantra has been so zealously guarded is because it doesn't operate on the surface level of your reality. Forget everything you've learned about treating diseases, solving financial problems, or chasing happiness. These are just symptoms, echoes of a much deeper cause. Thoth's knowledge completely bypasses the effects and goes straight to the source, the energetic matrix that projects your world. It works like a programmer accessing the source code of your life software. While most people spend their whole lives just trying to fix the bugs in the user interface. Imagine that every thought, every emotion, and every belief you carry emits a specific frequency. These frequencies, combined, create your personal vibrational field, an energetic signature that determines everything you attract and experience. Thoth's mantra is a master frequency, a vibration so pure and powerful that when introduced into your field, it begins to force all other frequencies to align with it. It's a process of forced resonance. If your intention is pure and your heart is open, your cells, your mind, and your energy harmonize with this new vibration, resulting in spontaneous healing and transformation. But this is where the danger lies, the very danger the ancients feared. What happens if, deep down, you don't believe you deserve healing? What happens if a part of you identifies with pain, with scarcity, with suffering? When the powerful frequency of the mantra encounters these pockets of resistance, the result is not harmony, but a violent energetic conflict. The vibration of healing crashes into the vibration of illness. The frequency of abundance collides with that of lack, and this internal battle can manifest in the external world as even greater chaos. That's why purity of intention is the most important requirement. It's not about being a saint or a perfect person. It's about being radically honest with yourself. You need to be willing to let go of your victim identity, the stories you tell yourself about why your life is the way it is. If you use the mantra expecting it to fix your life without you needing to change on the inside, the energy will turn against you. It will amplify exactly what you're trying to hide, forcing you to confront the shadows you refuse to face. It's a tool of illumination, and sometimes light burns before it heals. Think of your 37 trillion cells as tiny instruments in a vast orchestra. For years, they've played a melody of stress, fear, and limitation, conducted by the baton of your conditioned mind. When you chant the mantra with the right awareness, you step into the role of a new conductor, introducing a divine score, a symphony of cosmic harmony. Your cells, longing for this new melody, begin to vibrate in unison, reorganizing into a state of perfect health and vitality. It's a real biological process, a recalibration at the level of your DNA. However, this double-edged sword requires preparation. Most people aren't ready to wield it because they underestimate the power of their own consciousness. They treat words as empty sounds, not realizing that every syllable they speak is a creative decree. Thoth's mantra amplifies that power exponentially. For this amplification to work in your favor and not against you, there is a secret, a physical key that Egyptian priests use to prepare the body and ensure that the energetic circuit was ready to receive this torrent of power without short-circuiting. The missing key in your body. The reason most transformation attempts fail is because people ignore the biology of their own bodies. They try to change the mind, but forget that the mind and body are a single, interconnected system. Thoth taught that the human body was designed to be a perfect channel for cosmic energy, a biological circuit capable of manifesting the divine in the material plane. However, in most human beings, this circuit is incomplete, interrupted at a crucial point. And that point, surprisingly, is your tongue. Imagine two great rivers of energy flowing through your body, known in various traditions as the main meridians. One flows upward along the front of the body, and the other downward along the back. They form a closed circuit, an orbit of life force that nourishes every organ and every cell. However, this circuit has a design flaw, an interruption. The energy flowing upward along the front stops at the lower jaw, and the energy flowing down the back ends at the roof of the mouth. The bridge that should connect these 2 points and complete the circuit is missing, leaving your life force energy flowing in an open and inefficient system. This is where an ancient technique comes in, a form of vibrational acupuncture that's as simple as it is profound. By simply touching the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, just behind the front teeth, you create the missing bridge. You close the circuit. The instant you do this, the energy that once dissipated now begins to flow in a continuous and powerful cycle. The small stream of life force becomes an overwhelming torrent. You're not generating more energy, you're just stopping the waste, allowing it to accumulate and circulate exponentially. The ancient Egyptian priests and Taoist masters knew this secret as the celestial tongue position. They understood that the tongue is not just an organ for taste or speech. It is the main switch of the body's electrical system. When the circuit is closed, your ability to concentrate increases, your mind calms down, and your body enters a state of deep receptivity. It's like rewiring an old house before plugging in a high-powered appliance. You're preparing the system to handle the voltage that's about to come through. When this circuit is active and you prepare to chant the mantra, something extraordinary happens. Every word, every syllable is no longer just a sound coming out of your mouth. The vibration of your voice is now carried by this amplified energy current, traveling instantly through all the meridians of your body. The word becomes a healing shockwave, an instruction delivered directly to each of your 37 trillion cells with no resistance. The communication between your consciousness and your body becomes instant and perfect. This is the secret that empowers the mantra in a way few can imagine. It's the combination of spiritual technology and biological engineering. Activating the circuit prepares the ground, but the true power to construct a new reality lies in the sound architecture of the mantra itself. It is not a single sentence, but a sequence of 3 declarations. Each one is designed to unlock a different portal of your existence, and the first is the one that opens the floodgates of the universe in your favor. Now that your body is prepared and the energy circuit is closed, you are ready to receive the first of the 3 keys. The first declaration of the mantra is made up of 5 simple words, yet its power resonates throughout the cosmos. I have always been blessed. Before your logical mind tries to dismiss this as just a positive thought, understand the depth of what's happening here. You're not trying to convince yourself of something. You're declaring a fundamental truth of the universe, a truth your soul knows, but your programmed mind forgot long ago. When you speak these words with your tongue touching the roof of your mouth, with the conviction of someone who finally remembers their true identity, you send a shockwave through the fabric of space-time. You are not asking to be blessed. You are aligning your vibration with the state of blessing that is the inherent nature of the universe. It's the monumental difference between a beggar pleading for coins and a prince walking into his castle and claiming what has always been his by birthright. The universe doesn't respond to begging. It responds to recognition. This declaration creates a quantum resonance effect. Think of the universe as an infinite field of possibilities where all versions of your life coexist simultaneously. There are versions where you are healthy, prosperous, and happy, and versions where you are the opposite. By declaring, "I have always been blessed," you tune your vibrational frequency to the timeline where blessings are already a reality. You are not creating something new, you are simply choosing which reality to experience, pulling it from the quantum field into your 3-dimensional experience. Immediately, the world around you begins to reorganize to mirror this new frequency. It's subtle at first. A parking spot opens up exactly when you need it. An unexpected phone call from someone who can help you. An idea suddenly comes to mind that solves an old problem. These are not coincidences. They are the first signs that the universe heard your declaration and is conspiring in your favor. Synchronicities become the new normal because you're no longer fighting against the current of life, you're flowing with it. The secret for this phrase to work is not in mechanical repetition, but in the emotion you anchor to it. You need to feel it in every cell. Remember a moment in your life when you truly felt grateful, blessed. Anchor that emotion and from that state, declare the words. Emotion is the electric charge that powers the thought. Without it, the declaration is just an empty sound. With it, it becomes a creative decree that reverberates through all dimensions of existence, rewriting the script of your life in real time. The energy released by this first declaration is so immense that it opens the first great portal. It establishes your new relationship with the cosmos, shifting your identity from someone who seeks to someone who receives. You become an open channel for the flow of divine grace. But opening this channel is only the beginning. For these universal blessings to manifest tangibly in your life, as resources, money, and relationships, you need to open the second portal, which is activated by the next key of the mantra. The secret code of abundance. After opening the cosmic channel with the first declaration, you are ready to direct this flow of energy into the material plane. The second key is what unlocks the doors of prosperity in every area of your life, and it is activated by the phrase, "I have always been loved." Again, it's crucial that you transcend the common understanding of this word. This is not the conditional love we learn in human relationships full of expectations and exchanges. This is the unconditional love of the universe, the creative force that sustains all existence and is the true substance of abundance. Think of the economy of the universe. Everything that exists, from a distant galaxy to the chair you're sitting on, is made of the same primordial energy. The ancients called this energy love. Money, resources, opportunities, these are just different forms that this loving energy takes to flow and circulate. Every financial transaction, when viewed from a higher perspective, is an exchange of love. You offer your service or product, love in action, and receive money, love in material form, in return. Changing this perception is the first step in healing your relationship with prosperity. By declaring "I have always been loved" with full conviction while keeping the energy circuit closed, you are reprogramming your energetic field to vibrate at the exact frequency of universal abundance. You cease to be someone who needs money or love and become someone who is the very source from which these things emanate. Your vibration shifts from lack to fullness, and like a powerful magnet, you begin to attract into your experience all the physical manifestations that match this new frequency. This shows up in ways that defy logic. People who used to ignore you suddenly want to do business with you. Investment opportunities that once seemed risky turn out to be incredibly profitable. Debts start getting paid off in unexpected ways. You realize you no longer have to chase money. Instead, you focus on being a channel for love and service. And financial abundance becomes a natural and inevitable consequence of this state of being. You stop chasing butterflies and instead cultivate a garden so they come to you. The secret here is to disassociate the idea of love from the need to receive it from another person. You don't need anyone to love you in order to feel loved. You are recognizing that the very force that gave you life, the intelligence that orchestrates the cosmos, is pure love, and you are a direct expression of that force. Feeling loved becomes an internal state, a conscious choice that doesn't depend on any external validation. And paradoxically, it's when you reach this state of emotional self-sufficiency that the love and admiration of others flow to you effortlessly. With this second declaration, you build the bridge between the spiritual and the material. The cosmic blessings you accessed with the first phrase now have a clear path to manifest in your physical reality as health, wealth, and harmonious relationships. You have aligned your being with the laws of universal prosperity. However, for this new reality to be sustainable, and for your physical body to handle this new and elevated frequency of energy, you need to activate the third and final portal, the one that promotes regeneration from within. You've opened the cosmic portal and manifested abundance. Now we reach the final key, the most intimate and perhaps the most transformative of all. This declaration is not directed at the universe or the world around you, but speaks directly to the community of 37 trillion consciousnesses living in your body, your cells. The phrase is, "I have always been happy." This is not an attempt to force a feeling, but rather a sovereign command, a direct instruction to your biology, telling it to return to its original state of joy and vitality. Think of each cell in your body as a citizen in a vast nation. For years, these citizens have lived under a regime of fear, stress, and anxiety, ruled by the hormones and neurotransmitters your mind produced in response to the outside world. They've learned to operate in crisis mode, conserving energy, inflaming easily, and aging prematurely. They've forgotten their original function. Happiness, from a biological point of view, is a state of optimized functioning, of regeneration, and of energy flow without resistance. When you declare, "I have always been happy," with the authority of someone who governs their own inner kingdom, you are, in practice, issuing a new decree to every cell. You are telling them the war is over, the state of emergency is lifted, and they are authorized to return to their factory settings. The vibration of joy. This new instruction travels instantly through your nervous system and the energy circuit you've activated, reaching every corner of your body like a wave of liberation. The cellular response is immediate and profound. The mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of your cells, begin producing ATP, adenosine triphosphate, at much higher levels, flooding your body with a vitality you may not have felt since childhood. Your genes respond to this new vibrational information. Studies in epigenetics show that genes are not our destiny. They are like light switches that can be turned on and off by environmental factors, including our thoughts and emotions. This declaration activates genes associated with longevity and regeneration, while deactivating those linked to aging and disease. Chronic illnesses, which are essentially trauma memories stored at the cellular level, begin to lose their grip. The new frequency of joy literally displaces the old frequency of pain. Your immune system, once overloaded and confused, now operates with clarity and efficiency, accurately distinguishing between what belongs and what is foreign. The aging process slows down because your cells are no longer spending energy just to survive. They are using it to thrive and replicate perfectly. You are rejuvenating from the inside out. The true miracle, however, is not in any one of these phrases individually, but in how they interweave. They are not three separate mantras, but three movements of a single, powerful symphony of transformation. Each prepares the ground for the next, creating a cascading realignment that operates simultaneously on the spiritual, material, and biological levels. And now that you know the three movements, it is time to learn how to conduct this orchestra and manifest their combined power. The Symphony of Total Transformation. Now you hold the three keys, the three pillars of manifestation. But one pillar alone can fall. It's all three together, working in harmony, that support the temple of your new reality. The true power of this mantra is not in its parts, but in the synergy they create. It's the sequence and the intention that transform three simple phrases into an alchemical formula capable of transmuting your entire existence. Understanding this dynamic is what separates the beginner from the master, the casual practitioner from the one who works miracles in their own life. The process is a cascade of energy, flowing from the most subtle to the most dense. You begin with "I have always been blessed." This is the tuning. With this phrase, you elevate your consciousness beyond the limitations of your ego and connect with your universal identity, your divine nature. It's like climbing to the top of a mountain to get a clear view of the horizon. You open the communication channel with the higher forces of the universe, declaring your readiness to receive the grace that has always been available, but that your old vibration had blocked. Once the channel is open, you introduce the second frequency. "I have always been loved." This is the materialization. This phrase acts as a bridge, allowing the abstract cosmic energy you accessed to begin condensing in the physical plane. It magnetizes your energetic field, attracting the tangible manifestations of universal blessing, opportunities, resources, money, people, and relationships that vibrate in harmony with your new state of being. It's the moment when the spiritual becomes visible, when prayer turns into bread on the table. Finally, you anchor everything with the third declaration, "I have always been happy." This is the embodiment. This frequency seals the transformation at the most fundamental level, your physical body. It ensures that the new reality is not just something you experience externally, but something you become internally. Your cells are reprogrammed to sustain this new and elevated vibration, manifesting it as radiant health, unlimited energy, and a deep sense of well-being that doesn't depend on any external condition. The temple is built, and now it is inhabited. When these three frequencies are spoken in sequence with the right intention and the energy circuit activated, they create a vortex of power. It's a divine manifestation triad that operates on all levels of your being simultaneously, realigning your spirit, your mind, your emotions, and your body with your highest truth. The reality around you has no choice but to reshape itself to match this new, coherent vibrational signature. Changes that could take years of conventional effort begin to happen in days or weeks. However, even with the complete formula in hand, there is one final secret. A catalyst, Thoth, in his infinite wisdom, knew that the human mind is fickle. That's why he left one final instruction, a method to bypass the skepticism of the conscious mind and implant the mantra directly into the subconscious. There is a specific mental state, a secret portal within your own consciousness, that can amplify the power of this symphony to a level that borders on the unimaginable. The symphony of transformation is powerful, but its effectiveness can be limited by the guard of your castle, the conscious mind. It's the part that doubts, that questions, that remembers all the times things went wrong. To bypass this skeptical gatekeeper, Thoth taught a method to access a state of consciousness where the barriers between the conscious and the subconscious dissolve. This state is not mystical or hard to reach. In fact, you've already experienced it. It's the portal that opens through the memory of pure and overwhelming happiness. Close your eyes for a moment and search through the archive of your life. Don't look for ordinary joy or a pleasant moment. Look for that singular instant, perhaps in childhood, perhaps in a moment of deep love or connection with nature, where happiness was so complete and intense that time seemed to stop. A moment where there was no past or future, only an eternal and perfect present. That moment when your heart felt like it was going to explode from pure joy. Find that memory. It is the key. When you allow yourself to relive that memory with all your senses, not just remembering it, but feeling it as if it's happening now, something magical happens in your physiology. Your brain begins producing the same neurotransmitters from that original moment. More importantly, your heart begins to beat in a specific rhythm, a coherent and rhythmic pattern. This state, known in modern science as heart coherence, creates an electromagnetic field around your body that is up to 5,000 times more powerful than the field generated by the brain alone. This electromagnetic field of coherence is the amplifier. It is the most fertile soil there is to plant the seeds of your new reality. It is in this exact state, when your heart and mind are in perfect sync and your energy field is pulsing with the power of pure happiness, that you should speak the mantra. Each word, each syllable, will be carried by this massive electromagnetic wave, penetrating directly into your subconscious and into every cell of your body without encountering any resistance from your mental gatekeeper. The words will no longer be just heard, they will be felt as absolute truth, etched into the very structure of your DNA. The subconscious does not question, it simply accepts whatever is given to it with strong emotional charge. By combining the symphony of the mantra with the highest emotion a human being can feel, you are performing a reprogramming of the highest order. You are giving your system a new instruction that is so powerful and irrefutable that it has no choice but to obey and begin manifesting it immediately. This is the secret that multiplies the power of the mantra by 1,000. It's the difference between whispering a wish to the wind and declaring it with the force of thunder. However, even this powerful act can have only a temporary effect if it's not reinforced. The old mind is stubborn, and old patterns have deep grooves. To ensure that this transformation is not just a fleeting glimpse, but becomes your new and permanent reality, there is a protocol, a sacred ritual that turns the practice into a neurological habit. The 21-day ritual for a new reality. True mastery is never achieved in a single act of power, but through the discipline of conscious repetition. An insight can open a door, but it is daily practice that walks you down the hallway and gets you to the other side. Thoth knew that the human mind learns through patterns, and that the old neural grooves of doubt and fear can only be replaced by creating new pathways. Modern science confirms this ancient wisdom, showing that it takes an average of 21 days of consistent practice for a new neural connection to become strong and permanent. This 21-day period is not a magical number, but a biological reprogramming cycle. During these 3 weeks, you are literally rebuilding your brain's architecture, teaching it to operate from a new default frequency. The ritual is simple, but it requires your full commitment. Every morning, upon waking, before your mind is flooded by the worries of the day and the distractions of the world, you must reserve a sacred moment for yourself. This is the most receptive moment for your subconscious. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and activate the circuit by closing your mouth and placing your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Then activate the secret portal of your mind, by diving into the memory of your happiest moment. Don't rush. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the peace of that moment expand in your chest. Feel your heart enter into coherence. Only when you are fully immersed in this state, when you are vibrating at the frequency of pure happiness, begin to chant the symphony, slowly and with intention. And here lies a crucial secret within the ritual. Do not recite the phrases as a task or mechanical repetition. Each day, declare each of the 3 phrases as if it were the first time the universe was hearing this truth. Feel the surprise and wonder of discovering that you have always been blessed. Feel the relief and fullness of realizing that you have always been loved. Feel the explosion of joy as you command your cells to remember they have always been happy. It is this energy of renewed discovery that keeps the power of the practice alive and potent. During these 21 days, the universe will begin to test you. Old situations may resurface, people from the past may reappear. Don't despair. This is not a sign that the practice isn't working. On the contrary, it's proof that it is. The old energy is being purged, rising to the surface to be released once and for all. Stay firm in your ritual. Observe the tests without getting involved. Keep affirming your new reality. Each time you choose the new frequency instead of the old reaction, you strengthen the new neural pathways. At the end of the 21-day cycle, something profound will have changed. The practice, which at first required conscious effort, will have become automatic. The new frequency will no longer be something you have to activate. It will be your new natural state of being. You will no longer be doing the ritual, you will have become the ritual. And this is where true magic happens, when the programming becomes your new identity and you begin to live in a reality that once seemed like only a distant dream. After the 21-day journey, you do not emerge as a better version of yourself. You emerge as a new being. The person who began the ritual with their doubts, fears, and limitations simply no longer exists. Your energetic structure has been permanently altered, your vibrational signature elevated to a new level, and your connection with universal intelligence has become a direct and uninterrupted line. You have become what ancient texts referred to as an awakened one, someone who is aware of their true nature and creative power. This transformation is not a subjective belief, it is a physical and measurable reality. If your energy signature were measured using modern equipment like Kirlian cameras, it would show a brighter, more cohesive, and expanded auric field. Your brainwaves, monitored by an EEG, would more frequently operate in states of coherence and harmony, like alpha and gamma. Your heart rate variability, a key indicator of health and resilience, would be at an optimal level. You have become, literally, a more coherent and luminous human being. The most extraordinary aspect of this new reality is that it becomes self-sustaining and contagious. Your cells, now permanently operating at the frequency of joy and vitality, do not keep this information to themselves. They become broadcasting stations, transmitting this new vibration to the cells around them, creating a field of coherence that extends beyond your skin. You become a human tuning fork, and everyone who enters your energetic field begins unconsciously to attune to your higher frequency. You will notice this in practice. People will feel calmer and happier in your presence without knowing why. Animals and plants will seem to thrive around you. Situations that were once tense and full of conflict will begin to resolve with surprising ease when you are there. This doesn't happen because of something you are doing, but because of who you have become. Your new vibration acts as a harmonizing agent in the environment, uplifting everything and everyone it touches, simply through the power of your presence. If you made it this far, leave in the comments, "My healing power has been activated." That way, I'll know you truly followed this revelation to the end. If you want to support the channel more directly, in the first pinned comment, there's a way to contribute and help us spread even more content like this out there. Any support is very important to me and to the growth of the channel. But just know, the fact that you watched until now already helps a lot. And you can also share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't leave just yet. I've prepared a special video for you. Click the video that's now appearing on the screen and let's continue this journey together there.